Hello everyone, my name's Fiona DeBell from fionadebell.com. Welcome to Hometalk. Let's get started. Today's craft involves taking this canvas and starting off with just some white paint. So you could use white paint from a tube from the craft store, and as you can see, there's a little bit of contamination of different colours in my paint here. I'm going to put that in there, and then I'm going to take some liquid acrylic and just put this on here. Now again, you could use whatever acrylic you happen to have handy. This is what I happen to have available. And then I'm going to take this spalter brush and I am going to slightly damp it so it's not too wet. So put it onto there, and I am just going to very lightly paint all over my surface, because all I'm trying to do here is create a pretty background for my paint, for my painting I should say, that isn't too specific, hasn't got too much definition. It's kind of like an almost cloud-like look to it. So it's very quick, very simple to do this, and I'm going to just keep moving the paint around in a very random manner. You don't need to worry, you could use whatever colours you like. I happen to really like this kind of seafoam green colour. And what we didn't want to have, we didn't want a completely flat looking surface, so we wanted it to have a kind of little bit of cloudiness. And there we go. Let me just finish that off and then we'll move on to the next step. So I've let this dry. I just gave it a quick blast with a hairdryer. The paint is so thin, it literally takes a couple of minutes. Now I'm taking some just basic acrylic paint. What I'm going to do, I've squirted a little bit of this fluorescent pink in here, and I'm taking, this is called a polymer. It's a low viscosity polymer, which I'm adding to my paint to thin it. You could use something like Floeterol, which is found in most hardware stores. Just something to thin the paint. You don't want to add water to acrylic paint because it causes the pigment to separate. But this acrylic polymer, you can buy it in most most art shops. You could, even if you wanted to, use white glue, although that might yellow a little bit. So what I'm trying to do is I'm trying to get my paint just that bit more liquid. You can see it's much more liquid than the original paint was that I had there. And the first colour I'm going to splosh down onto my piece of art here is I'm actually going to splodge some white. White is my first colour of choice. So I'm going to put a couple here, maybe one over here, and then I'm going to take my knife. I'm going to again give it a quick wipe down. It probably would have been a good idea to have several spoons, but I didn't have any available. And the next colour we'll go with on top of that is we'll just put a little blob of green on top of there, on each one of these. Next colour, let's go with the pink for some bright contrast. Again, I'll pop that on top there. There we go. A little bit here, a little bit here, a little bit here, maybe a bit more on that one, and then we'll finish off with the orange. So again, you can see I'm just literally just blobbing these down on top of each other. That's the technical artist term I'm using there. And I'm going to reach for something that all of us have all the time, a couple of balloons. Everybody always has balloons in the house, and these are not properly blown up balloons, as you can see. I've only blown them up a little way. We're going to do something known as a balloon smash, but with a difference. Okay, see if I can get this balloon to stay there. So I'm going to go the big one first. So I'm going to smash this down directly on top of the colour. So let's have a really good close-up look at that. And here we go. I'm literally going to take my balloon and I'm going to smoosh it down as hard as I can. And I'm going to lift it up like this. So look at that. We've got these gorgeous colours on here. It's almost like an anemone. Now, I hate wasted paint. So I have got these glasses, and I thought, wouldn't it be fun to, instead of wiping off this paint from my balloon, if we did a balloon smoosh onto the glasses and just see what happens with those. So I don't want to waste my paint, and I just thought these dollar store glasses were such a cool colour that it might be really nice to do something similar. Look at that, isn't that beautiful? I'm going to pop that to one side. I'm going to grab my blue shot cloth. I'm going to just pick this up here. I'm going to wipe the balloon down. You know what, there's a little bit more paint on there that I think we could still use. So maybe let's just roll it onto there and see, we get these really, really gorgeous, almost like sea urchins or sea anemones, this pattern that comes onto our glass. There we go, look at that. The dollar store glass. And look at that. So I'm going to pop that to one side. I really am going to wipe my balloon back now. And let's move on to our second smoosh. Here we go. We're going to smoosh it all the way down, pushing that as hard as I can. And look at that. I'm actually going to do a little second one just there. And even if I did a third one, I still have plenty of paint right here. I can pop it onto my glass. Smoosh. It doesn't matter if it switches around a little bit. Look at that. You get that gorgeous patination. And we are making 2 crafts for the work of 1. Now, this paint will stay on the glass, I know that, but you will have to hand wash it. You can buy a Mod Podge that is dishwasher safe, so that might be something you might want to think about. Let's just roll that there, and it's almost, literally, the way that you roll it is just so cute. Just look at these. It's almost like beautiful spring petals or flowers. I'm kind of doing this upside down, so I can't quite see what I'm doing there. Wow, look at those. They really, really are stunning. And I'm going to smoosh our next set of blobs. So here we go. Smoosh it all the way down. Oh goodness, those colours are fabulous. And because there's lots of paint on that one, I'll come over here, maybe a little colour here, and then maybe we'll go back to another clean glass, and here we go. Smooshing there, and smooshing there. I'm not sure if smooshing is the right word, but it seems appropriate to me. There we go. And some more on there. There we go, look at that. So I'm going to add some more blobs of paint to this. So we've got these 2 fabulous crafts all in one go. And look how fast and simple they are. I'm actually going to give this one a second little going over too. Let's pop that on there. Wow. I love this. The paint really doesn't take long to dry, and although I'm sure they're fairly durable, I would probably only hand wash them. I love making this for you. We've got 2 complete craft projects using the same materials and something really lovely to look at, as well as something usable. I've really enjoyed making this for you today. My name's Fiona DeBelle, and I hope you'll be back here again on Home Talk.